People get on the internet and just, you know what I'm saying, be doing the most or whatever. So how she did the girl, just did her dirty, and you know what I'm saying. And then on top of that, she had the nerve to be blowing on the brushes and putting them on the girl's face. So this girl the whole time is like this, with your breath. That ain't right. What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode of the Vangos. Okay, honey, period. Put your V's up. 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 Okay, period. Okay. All right, you guys. Let me position this camera correctly real quick. Okay, boom. All right, guys, so today I will be doing a makeup tutorial, honey, because I seen that y'all was asking for that makeup tutorial or whatever the case may be. So here I am, you know what I'm saying, doing it for y'all. I see that y'all always like, anytime that I do my makeup or whatever, y'all like when I do my makeup and all that stuff like that or whatever. So you know what, I think it's only right for me to give y'all a makeup tutorial. Now, I will say that when it comes to makeup, honey, I am not a professional. So therefore, I might use certain things that y'all might not use, or you know what I'm saying, how certain people use or whatever the case may be. And that's quite all right. However you see fit to do your face, that's perfectly fine. As long as it works for you, baby, that's all that matters, okay, period. So like I said, I ain't a professional. Sometimes I don't be using the correct brushes. Sometimes I don't be using the correct products for certain type of stuff or whatever, or I don't think when it comes to makeup, like I guess it's like a like an order of how to do things, but I don't really believe in all that, okay? And also I have my mirror right here, so don't be alarmed when you see me like looking back and forth or whatever to make sure that my makeup is good or whatever, because I don't have really like a proper setup for right now, but when I do get a proper setup, honey, it's on and mother popping, okay? But this right now, this is my setup and this is how I'm finna do my makeup, okay? Also, as a girl, we run out of products, we run out of certain things or whatever that we may need to do our makeup, so therefore you gotta find substitutions, honey, period. And that's just that on it. During this makeup tutorial too, we're gonna have a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, real talk. I would say girl talk, but you know, I know my fellas be up on here too, so you know what I'm saying, it's all good. Yeah, we just gonna be talking about, you know what I'm saying, whatever, like whatever is just on my mind. Y'all know how crazy I am and how I just be saying whatever. But let's go ahead and get started with this whole makeup tutorial. I got all my little items and stuff that I usually use. Also, I see that we have hit 3,000 followers on the Bare Honey Cosmetics page. So yes, a skin routine is coming very, very soon. See y'all in the DMs like, we need that skin routine, or whatever. I see y'all, okay? Thank you guys so much for those who have been following and those who have been, you know what I'm saying, commenting or whatever the case may be. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. And you know what I mean? I just really appreciate it. And I'm really thankful for you guys, for sure. And like I said, we just finishing up on the last touches before we launch, and then I will be announcing the launch date very, very soon. Thank you guys for 3,000 followers. We did it, baby. We did it, okay? And that's just that on that. So what I'm doing right now is, you know, even when you like, you know, get in the shower and stuff and you wash your face and stuff, like sometimes makeup can be like a little hard to remove at times, or it can be a little stubborn. So what I'm making sure I'm doing right now is just wiping off any remainder makeup. Gotta wipe that face clean and make sure that that face is really clean and ready to go for the products to go on, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all my process and how I do stuff. Sometimes I be trying to think about what my makeup artist be doing too. He be doing it so good. So like I said too before, we're out of sometimes when you run out of items, you gotta kind of like, you know what I'm saying, find substitutions that's gonna be able to work. And that's just that on it. So what I like to use here is this, because I'm out of primer. I don't have my primer or whatever, and I gotta get some more primer. Primer is usually like what I put on, you know what I'm saying, before. I don't really necessarily know like the proper definition for it, but I just know that it kind of just helps set your makeup a little bit better, and it makes it just like, you know what I'm saying, it makes the face, the skin, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, you gotta prime that skin, you gotta get that skin ready for that foundation to come on, you know what I'm saying, eyeshadow, whatever the case may be. And I'm not really big eyeshadow. I still have to learn how to properly apply that, so I won't be doing like too much eyeshadow, but I will show you guys a trick that I do like to do for when I am doing my eyeshadow. Give it a little glow, a little pop. What I like to do is I just like to, you know what I'm saying, spray this. This is what is this, Mario Badescu? So I like to spray this. I use this as like a setting spray. So spray that on there or whatever. It makes your skin feel so fresh. Like, I love this skin. I love this stuff. And they have different vibes too. They got one in purple. It's lavender. It's real cute, but you can use this if you don't have a primer. That's what I like to use. So, okay, let's get started. And these are my makeup wipes. Now, also too, with Bare Honey Cosmetics, we will be coming out with a makeup wipe for you guys, or something to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, take off your makeup, because sometimes these makeup wipes, you know what I'm saying, can literally like irritate people's skin. I wanted to come out with my own more so, more natural, you know what I mean, more, you know, just better, overall better. I need some paper towels, and that's what I'm gonna get real quick, so bear with me. All right, got some paper towels, and now we're good with that. Okay, so I got my little makeup plate here, whatever. That's, I forgot what this is really called. It's for more so like your foundation and stuff like that. You can put it on there so that you can, like, you know, keep it organized and you don't make no mess. Now, today's products that I'm going to be using are NARS, okay? And sometimes, like, to find the perfect foundation, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I've necessarily found the perfect foundation just yet. I mean, I have found, like, the products, certain products that I like to use, but my skin sometimes is just like, I don't know, like, sometimes it just differentiates. Like, it just goes, like, one minute it can look like this, and the next minute it can look like that. So, I don't know. But we're gonna put that up on there. I also got a whole case of brushes. I don't play. And when I tell y'all, this is nothing. Like, when I tell y'all, I have so many products and just stuff for makeup. Like, this is why when we get our new house, I'm gonna definitely have to have like a makeup room, because I have so much makeup stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. And you would have thought that I did makeup back in the day. Like, I just looked through a whole bunch of bags and all this type of stuff. Ciao. I got so many brushes all over the place. Like, it's brushes. I got so many different little makeup cases and all type of stuff, child. Like, I don't know what I be doing. But yeah, so usually, I might use like 2 different foundations or whatever. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, just to mix it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna use right now. Okay, so I'll just mix it slightly. I'll just kind of like mix it a little bit, get ready for the application of it. Also too, my favorite setting powder to use is Laura Mercier, but we don't have Laura Mercier right now because we are out of it. I could have sworn I bought one, but I have no idea where it went. So it just magically like disappeared. So it's all good. So we're gonna be using a different setting powder today, but usually I would like to put my Laura Mercier, because it sits so well. I like to put my Laura Mercier around my face and just like kind of like pat it around a little bit before I apply my foundation. That's a little trick that I learned. So right now we're gonna use this. And you can just like literally sprinkle a little bit of it, like take a brush and just literally kind of like go around. Let me find my right brush. So literally you could take your brush and take your setting powder and go like before you apply your foundation. That's what I like to do. And again, my favorite brand is Laura Mercier. It got like this, like, I don't know, it just makes the effect a little bit better. You don't have to do too much, but just kind of like, you know, swiftly put it in the places where you know your foundation is gonna go. And that's what I found out that it's helped for me set my makeup really good. So, okay, now we're gonna take this brush. I like to take this brush. Y'all don't judge me on how this look too at first, because I'm telling you, it's gonna look crazy. But again, this is how I be doing my stuff. I done tried doing my makeup all type of different ways. Let me tell you, child. Before I would do my eyebrows first and put my eyelashes on and stuff first, and then I'm like, okay, well that doesn't make sense, because then by the end of it, you got your makeup all on your lashes and stuff, so it makes no sense. Okay, I know this looks crazy right now, but bear with me. I'm gonna take my brush, my blending brush, and I'm gonna just blend my foundation in real nice, real tight, get up under that neck. I love using this brush. Also too, let's get on this topic. Why is everybody so sensitive these days? It don't make no sense to me on why everybody's so sensitive these days. I feel like celebrities to a certain extent can't even really be who they want to be anymore, because I think social media has helped make people like super sensitive. Like, I can understand when it's something like, you know what I'm saying, like you being like, people talking about something or whatever, like I can understand that, but like, or if something is like very like offensive or something like that or whatever, for real, but I feel like a lot of things sometimes be a reach on why people be getting so like, just so overly like sensitive about stuff, and I just don't get it. I just be like, yo, like people are losing their minds these days. So what I'll do too is I'll take like a beauty blender and just kind of like fill in the spaces of where I what you call it? Where I put the foundation at. But yeah, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like these days too, like a lot of people are just more sensitive. This looks crazy, okay? But a lot more people are sensitive, and it makes people feel uncomfortable to where they don't feel like they can be themselves. Like comedians can't even tell jokes or whatever how they want to because everybody's so sensitive. Okay, so again, don't judge me right now, y'all, okay? I know my face looks a little powdery, but it's all gonna come together, I promise you. Okay. And like I said, I'm still on the hunt trying to find my proper. Well, I feel like this is the proper because these are some of the makeups that my makeup artist uses, but still, I be trying to figure out how to blend that thing in. But you know, I mean, to a certain extent, I know how to do it. So, I like to add on like a powder too, so that my face does not look so dang powdery and ashy. That powder ain't no joke though. Like, dang, child. You gotta make sure you don't play around with it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this brush. And you know you gotta tap that thing sometimes. And we're gonna do a blah, 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 blah. So you see how now that's toning it down? Like that's toning down all of that. And now it's coming together as far as like, you know, with my skin and everything like that. We can't be out here looking like no damn ghost. Like, yeah, but again, about the whole like sensitivity thing or whatever, like people be tripping, I think, these days. And people just need to calm down and live a little. Back in the days, it's like without the social media or whatever, like people knew how to take a joke. People knew how to, you know, filter out what was going on, like what was to be taken serious and what was not to be. And you know what I'm saying? People knew how to not reach as much, maybe, but now it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got people that want to like focus on so much of canceling people and canceling careers and all this other stuff or whatever. And I just really feel like, you know, all of it, all in all, it be lame to me. Like a lot of it be lame. Like let people do them. If they're really like coming for somebody or saying some out of the pocket shit, then okay, yeah, that's different. But as far as like anything else, child, relax. Like it's not that deep. Like can't even live a little. All right, so I'm gonna take my concealer. Y'all see how that did? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take my concealer. I love this Maybelline concealer. And child, you just roll it on. I do under the eye. And mind you, this is like a simple little beat, like a quick little beat. This ain't a like in-depth beat. It's just something to like, you know, get you going so that you just, you know what I'm saying? You can just get up and go and be ready. This was like a simple little natural beat or whatever. And when I have time, then that's when I go into depth, okay? All right, so with that, now we've got to grab our concealer sponge. Okay, this is our concealer sponge, period. Also, too, got to make sure don't let your brushes go too long without them being clean. You gotta clean them brushes, okay? I remember when I seen a video go viral of this girl who was like doing this girl's makeup. I don't know if y'all seen it or whatever, but basically she was doing this little girl's makeup for prom. And child, she did that baby so wrong because she was just like unprofessional. It really was unprofessional. It was like, you know, like I feel like, you know, just because somebody is getting a service done or whatever does not give you the right to sit there and take pictures or videos without their consent. And the girl was like doing a girl's makeup or whatever. She was doing a little girl's makeup or whatever. She was already rude. Didn't even wash her brushes. It didn't even look like it. Like the girl, like how she presented herself was real like messy and just kind of like dirty. But yeah, and I remember seeing it and I was just like, I felt bad for the little girl. And then mind you, like how it went viral is because the girl put her on like live and she didn't even ask. Like, how do you not ask somebody if they want to go on live? Like, how do you know that people are just comfortable with their natural selves like that? You don't know if these people want to be seen on camera or whatever the case may be. Like, you don't know, sis. How you just gonna sit there and just volunteer that little girl to put her on camera? Like, how you just do that? That's foul. So And then the girl actually went viral and it backfired in her, because she thought it was gonna work in her favor because she was trying to like expose the little girl. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this is going viral, da da da. But then it went viral and it backfired on her because then not only was her like station dirty, you know, she got stains all on her shirt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about y'all, but when I go somewhere and I go get like a service, I want things to be like organized, clean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want stuff to be like all over the place because it's a representation of you and your business. And that's just me personally. Like, I need to feel comfortable while I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to feel like it's about to be cockroaches coming out the corner. And mind you, I've had experience with that, but I'm gonna talk about that later. So yeah, but you know, people get on the internet and just, you know what I'm saying, be doing the most or whatever. So how she did the girl, just did her dirty, and you know what I'm saying. And then on top of that, she had the nerve to be blowing on the brushes and putting them on the girl's face. So this girl the whole time is like this, with your breath, that ain't right. That is not right. Like, period. I like to take this too, okay, period, to start my concealing process, okay? But yeah, the girl was like taking her brushes, blowing on the brushes, and all type of stuff, y'all. She was blowing on the brushes and stuff or whatever. She was rude, and then she had put the little girl on live, and then she ended up telling the little girl, she was like, you got an attitude? Then you can leave, you can leave, you can leave, or whatever. And she really thought that she was like right or whatever. And it was crazy to me because it was just like, how do you even possibly think that you're like somewhat right in that situation? Like, you didn't ask her. She's 16 or 17 going to prom or whatever. First of all, if you ever been to prom, then you know that that is a stressful day. Like, you know, homecoming, proms, anything like that, that's a stressful day, okay, period. You gotta get your nails done. You gotta make sure your dress fit right. You gotta make sure that nothing ripped. You gotta make sure that, you know what I'm saying, your makeup is right, your hair is right, like, period. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying, like me, when I went to proms or whatever, it was always a stressful day because it's like, okay, it's a lot to go on. It's a lot going on. So, you know, it kind of seemed like the little girl was like, you know what I'm saying, kind of standoffish, but even still, like, just because she in your chair don't mean that she gotta talk to you. Like, hello, some customers, like, you know what I'm saying, some people just don't, like, are you guys, like, who in here are one of those, like, people that just kind of like to sit? Like, I know, like, when I get, like, if I catch an Uber or something, like, somewhere or whatever, if I call a truck or something like that or whatever, I don't like for the driver to talk to me. Like, just leave me alone. We can get a, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Is the temperature right or whatever? That's cool. But other than that, I'm good. You ain't got to talk to me. You know what I mean? So then she was like, the girl was saying something like, oh, you know, she was like, yeah, she just came in here with an attitude. She wasn't really speaking. She don't gotta speak to you. She can say a hi, how you doing or whatever, and keep it moving. Like, she all on her phone. Why is you all up in somebody's phone? That's not your place. Your place is to be worried about doing this girl makeup. Overstepping boundaries. That's another thing people need to take accountability for when they be overstepping their boundaries. Like, sis, relax. Period. So now I'm gonna blend this in. And get that contour going. She was just like, you know what I'm saying, doing the most or whatever. I look crazy. Okay, maybe. But she was just doing the most or whatever, and then she ended up, like, while she was on live or whatever, she was like, oh, you got an attitude? She's like, you don't want to be here? She's like, you can go. You can go. You can go. And the little girl got up and she just left for it because it's just like, okay, well, first of all, like, why would you ever treat a client like that? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, at the end of the day, if they're having a problem, you should be able to console them, you know, try to console them, you know, say something like, hey, how are you doing? Like, is everything okay? You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you are still running a business. You're running a business. So you have to understand, like, don't do the most. Like, treat your clients with care, okay? Regardless, even if you have multiple clients after that, you still gotta treat these people as such. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be being all rude. Customer service, good customer service, I'm telling you, goes a long way. It goes a long way because people will never forget it. So let me tell you something, the minute that something bad happens, or people don't have a really good experience at a facility, or, you know what I'm saying, a business, a restaurant, whatever, people are gonna never forget that either. Have y'all ever had a bad experience and you remember, like, what restaurant, or, you know what I'm saying, like, you remember where it went, like, you remember what happened, like, you know what I'm saying, you're probably like, oh yeah, my server was rude, da 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 da, like, you know. So all in all, though, I felt bad for the little girl, and they said that, you know, somebody ended up doing her makeup, and she went to prom, and she looked pretty and stuff, and she still had a great time or whatever. But as far as the makeup artist, she ended up going viral because everybody was, like, you know, jumping on her case or whatever. And that's what she get, because, you know, at the end of the day, karma, you never know. That bitch might come ASAP. That bitch might come ASAP, or she might come years from now, but it doesn't matter. She gonna come. And I just felt like that was the karma that she received, because ain't no way. You did not have to do that. And I just feel like people sometimes, like, people just don't understand, like, it's rude. Like, I feel like you need to be asking people if they want to be on camera or if they want you to record them, or you doing her makeup on live. So that means that, you know what I'm saying, people are seeing her stressed out, and you know what I'm saying, like, you're not even taking into consideration of what's going on. You're not asking her nothing, and you blaming everything on her. And then on top of that, like, you're dirty. Like, you're dirty. Your station is dirty. Your shirt is dirty. And I would have flipped. I ain't gonna lie. If that was my child, I would have been like, sis, we're gonna have to talk. Like, come outside. Step outside, sis. Because you ain't finna be talking to my child like that. Talk about, you wanna go? You wanna leave? She was like, okay, leave. Girl, don't try it. Okay, period. So now I'm gonna take my setting powder. And I'm gonna do this right here. Ooh, that sun is coming in, child. See, I blow on my own brushes because that's what I do. Ever blow on a brush while they doing y'all makeup? Immediately. Evacuate immediately. Period. Because what? Like, ain't nobody going for all of that. This is, don't blow on your damn brush around me. Don't try to blow your hot ass breath on a brush and then use it on my face. Absolutely not, sweets. 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 Come on, sweets. You know you dead wrong, sweets. Come on, sweet. Stop playing. Like, that's not right. But, you know, some people feel obligated, like some hairstylists, some makeup artists, and, you know, people in the beauty industry sometimes feel obligated, like they're supposed to be doing that or whatever. At the end of the day, I feel like, you know, if people are paying for a service, you need to be asking them if that's okay. And if it's not, then hey, move on to the next. Like, stop doing everything for a video or for a tissue. Like, you need to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that at all. That's not cool to me. I don't think that's cool at all. So, but to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes down to like the promo thing or whatever, some people feel like, you know, people are obligated to tag them and all that stuff. But I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, promotion is a service in itself. Nobody is obligated. If somebody is paying you for a service, they are not obligated to tag you. Now, the type of person that I am, and anybody that I work with can vouch for me. At the end of the day, if I mess with you so hard, you know what I'm saying, and I appreciate your work, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pay for it and I'm going to tag you anyway, because that's just me. But at the end of the day, again, I'm not obligated to tag you if that's not what was agreed upon or whatever before coming up in here. If that's not what was agreed upon or whatever, and I'm paying you full service, I'm paying you full price or whatever for your services, then sweets, I don't have to tag you. And people be like, well, why not promote this, da 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 da. No, let me tell you something. Nobody's obligated to do none of that. Like, nobody's obligated to do that. It's a service. Like, what? It's a service. So now I'm gonna put my concealer right here. But yeah, a lot of people, it's always a topic about that. About the whole, like, you know, oh, why would you not promote, da 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 da. Y'all, a lot of people don't understand how this goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's something agreed upon, like, hey, I'm gonna do your hair for free if you can just tag me, shout me out, da 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 da, or whatever, whenever you post it. Boom. That's an agreement. Understandable. Okay, cool. So therefore, guess what? Now you are, since you guys agreed on that or whatever, and especially if there are contracts involved, absolutely you're obligated. But guess what? If there is no contract involved, I'm paying you full price. I'm not obligated to sit there and tag you. Because at the end of the day, that's a service in itself. Like I said before, it's a service. Like, promotion is a service. That's how people get paid these days. Like, in order for, you know what I'm saying? Because you're promoting these brands or whatever the case may be. They're promoting these brands. So that's that. So it's like, that's that. Like, you don't just sit there and take it upon yourself to be like, oh, well, nah. Or sit there and expect for somebody to do something like that. Like, you don't do that. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me though, but people just be like going back and forth about that topic. And I just be like, how? Like, how do you guys not understand? I mean, see, but at the end of the day, I'm different. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, when you get paid for promotion, yeah, you're not going to sit there and feel obligated to tag everybody. Like, if that's not what was agreed upon. I'm paying you your service. I'm paying you your money. I'm paying you your money. Like, you don't need a tag for me. You need the money. Worry about the money, son. Come on, sweets. Don't be greedy. So while we let that sit. Oh, dang. I didn't bring my lashes down here. While we let that sit. While we let that sit, we finna get ready to do these brows. I like to use this. What is this brand? Yeah, I don't know. But if you see these little silver ones, whatever. I like to use these or whatever for my brows. But I used all of it, yes. That's how you know I love using this. Cause, child, it be it for me. They get you right. Get your time. Okay, so what I like to use also too, what I like to do is I like to use like a darker brown first and then go in with a lighter brown. So you wanna, while this is setting or whatever, you want to brush out your eyebrows. And then you wanna use this. So this is about to get real intense. So let me do this first and then I'm gonna show y'all, okay? Okay, because you gotta get close up on the brows. You can't play around with the brows, Chad. Okay. You see how that's forming? Okay, period. And you wanna do the same. This really is more so about following the shape of the eyebrow, but then cutting out what you don't want. Okay. So I kind of got like the outline, right? And so I used the darker brown, but then to go in and kind of like do the finalizing touches, you want to take the lighter brown and then just work up, create the hairs. And that's why I like using this brow brush, because it's really good with like creating the hairs, or just like, you know, like you can create the hairs and you can just create a really nice shape to your eyebrow. Like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. And sometimes you gotta do that. I be doing this right here just to see like where my eyebrows going, because at the end of the day, the eyebrows are sisters, never twins. They're sisters. Okay, baby. So and I'm really okay. And sometimes you gotta do that. I be doing this right here just to see like the sprayer getting ready for a show. And I barely had the resources that I needed, but child, we made it work. And so why you want to use this brush too is just to kind of like go over and just make them even. So that's what I, and you know, just shade them in. Those colors, see? I'm going in like an upward motion. It's like, you know what I mean? And I'm just doing them real nice. And, you know, and sometimes I also do this. I pull the brow up to see the, like, to get that shape going. To really get that shape that I want going. So again, this is like a quick little natural beat. Okay? And see, now that's kind of like blending in, and now we're gonna use that concealer. Where we're gonna use our concealer brush. We're gonna use our concealer, and oh, you got AirPods? Oh.
You look good, though.
Thank you. Sweet, I'm recording.
Oh, okay. You gonna make up the story? Hey guys! I'll be right back.
So now what you wanna do too is you kinda wanna like pull that up. That's what I do. And go under there very lightly. Then I clean it up. Okay, it's the clean up time. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do your shit. Clean it up, right? Clean it up.